What's up, fuckers? I just want to film a story time, but I can't stop chattering. I think I'm done chattering, but if this shit comes back. So, it's come to my attention that someone made a YouTube video with like stuff that I don't like talking about because this shit happened like a few years ago and I'm kind of over it, but it's come to my attention that somebody brought it up and in a YouTube video. So I decided to share my half of the story because there's her story too, which everyone has two sides to every story. I'm disclaiming this now because no shade to her. We have had contact. We're not beefing. That's all I gotta say. We're not friends. I don't even know if we're cool, but we're just not beefing and we're not we don't really talk that much, but like we'll talk once in a while. My sophomore year was very eventful, and sorry, I'm gonna just say this now. My spray tan is horrible. I'm gonna try my best to not say names because I'd be a little slow. So, yeah. So, honestly, this shit has been so long that I don't really remember everything. So, if you watch her, I'm not throwing shade, all I gotta say. But, me and this girl, we started off friends. Like, we were good friends. We would hang out, I'd come over, like, blah, blah, blah. And then we started being friends. Well, I've been friends with this girl for years, but, like, she started being friends with her. And then we would have, like, group sleepovers and whatnot. And for this, I have a lot of, like, proof because you'll see later on in the story that I got a restraining order on her. You'll just hear it. Pretty much, it was this one night, and we were having this sleepover, and I'm not dragging anybody else that was there into this. This is just my point of view, my perspective, and whatnot. So, one day, me and her were hanging out, and me and her were just having a day, like where I came over, whatever, and then my other friend invited us to sleep over at her house. Fun, we just, like, did a lot of just like girl sleepover stuff, but most of the time like this girl was being very just like in the corner, not really like participating in the stuff we were doing. And we all noticed this. She was like being upset over this girl who shall not be named because that is not my business, but we were just like having fun, whatever. It got time to sleeping, which is like 3 a.m. and it was me and two of my friends on one of her bed. So one of us had to sleep on the floor, and it ended up being the girl who I had beef with because of this night. It literally started because of this night. It was me and two of my friends on one of the girls' beds, and the girl I had beef with was on the floor. So I was near the wall, and then like I just remember being woken up and the blanket getting ripped off of me and someone just yelling in my ear, and I was just like waking up. I was like, what the fuck going on? And what the fuck is going on? I don't know why I'm talking like this. I don't know. What the fuck? Move, bitch, I'm sleeping on the bed and blah blah blah. And then my other two friends were sitting there like, what the fuck is going on, blah 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 blah. And then it was just this girl just like yelling like, get off the bed, like, or I'm gonna make you get off of the bed.
And you know, it happens a lot because everyone wants to beat your ass, and I wonder why.
I literally don't care. You're making a big fucking deal for no fucking reason.
You want to keep getting loud with me? Shit, if you want to talk about Nana.
She was just yelling at me, and I'm just like, I'm not physical, but I know how to run my mouth. So I was just like, I know, bitch, I'm not getting off the bed. I was half asleep. My other two friends were like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like laughing because they thought it was like a joke, and it was also like kind of funny. I was just like getting threatened. I was just there, like, if you don't move, I'm gonna make you move. We all like accommodated to her. So but like the person's house it was, she was just like, you know, I'm gonna just sleep on the bed since it's a big problem. And so also keep in mind, her whole family was asleep. So it was us four in one girl's room, and then like that girl's family was all asleep, and she has an older sister too. she's yelling at us, and the girl's whose house it is, she's just like, I'm gonna just sleep on the floor. And I was just like, no, like, don't sleep on the floor. Like, this is your bed. Like, you shouldn't have to sleep on the floor and all this shit. So we all, like, adjusted and made room. And we all, like, scooted over, and we were gonna make her sleep on the end so we could all have room. And she refused to do that. So we all scooted over again so she could sleep on the wall, because she suggested to sleep on the wall. But I was the one next to it, and she was like, quote unquote, I don't want to sleep next to her because she's got a blue waffle. And a lot of people like to say I have a blue waffle, which is this disgusting ass disease. If you want to look it up, it's on Google. I don't have that shit, so I don't know why people say I have that shit over some like pic that happened, like that went around and everyone thought it was me, but it was not me. She was just like, I don't want her blue waffle on me or whatever, something like that, along those lines. So I was just like, blue, I was like, okay, bitch, like, I'm not sleeping. Like, I'm not about to get up and sleep on the floor. So all three of us who were already in the bed got up and slept on the floor, so she could sleep on the bed. I slept as a pillow. I had 2 shirts and a pair of leggings as a pillow and a sheet. So you know when you get a new like sheet and it comes with the sheet and that has like that layer that's not like an actual sheet, but it's like a really thin layer. So I slept with that and that stack, and then my friend slept with like pillows, whatever. And it was just like a long ass night. And we were all still arguing, and so my friend's whose house it was, her sister came in and was like, you need to realize that like there's people sleeping in, this is not your house. And what turned her to her room, and everyone just shut the fuck up real quick, and everyone just went to sleep. Next morning, she got picked up, and we were all just talking about what happened. And keep in mind, this was winter break, so like this was winter break, and it just kept like beef. Like, it was just beef, like straight beef. Like, there was nothing like good that ever really came out of this. Over winter break, we would go to our school. There were still like basketball like practice and games at our school during winter break, and we went to one of them. And then weeks prior to this, there was this other girl at my school who's like really nasty and be doing shit like for everyone to know. Like, it's one thing if you're a low-key hoe and like you're not telling everyone your business, but like this girl sucked the girl's house that was her boyfriend's dick behind the staircase at our school, and like the whole school knew about it. And the girl I had beef with, that was one of her friends. And I also have video proof of this.
If someone has something to say, go say it to her. I told her.
I already said everything to her.
She's gonna run away crying.
You're only starting a problem with me because you already have beef with me. You're only starting a problem with me because you already have beef with me.
Something was because I already have beef with you. And I tried to solve that shit by fighting you, and you know why? Because you always have something to say. Just like
also, like, I'm editing some stuff out, like names. So if you think I'm hiding anything, I'm not.
Instead of fighting, talk shit about me all the time.
She said it to me. She said it to Brooke. And you just wanted to say
let's go back to last weekend. How you said you were gonna sleep on the floor, and we all made room on the bed, and so then you wanted to sleep on the bed.
Hey, say hey now, hey now.
Why are you talking to them? Talk to her.
I fucking tried.
For real.
You see, she can't stop crying because this bitch right here always has something to
Okay, well, don't let her suck a dick behind a staircase.
It's not her fault.
But is it your boyfriend?
No,
it's
not
her
her
boyfriend. So leave it be.
His boyfriend.
Okay, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna fucking punch you.
Stop worrying about them and worry about her.
For real.
They're not crying.
All I do is worry about her. And you know why I have to worry about her? Because she does not stop.
She's doing it to herself.
She is.
She literally had homecoming because for what reason?
That's not doing you no good.
Hello.
This is also one of our friends, and he came in and stopped, but yeah, that's it. She tried to fight me there, and it was just this whole thing, and she couldn't realize that like my friend was pissed because that's her boyfriend. Like, she doesn't want random girls sucking his dick, especially at school and like whatnot, and it's still her boyfriend, so she was not too happy about it. So it was literally our whole friend group sitting at this bench, and so we walked into this game, we're watching the game, and then I'm gonna just call this girl Melissa like saw us, and we were kind of like chuckling at her because we like know that she sucked my friend's boyfriend's dick. And so we saw her, we're just like chuckling because we're like, we thought it was funny, like how she can just do that and act like nothing like happened. And so like the whole basketball team and then Melissa's mom came over to us and like was giving us dirty looks and whatever. Never said anything to us too. So then we went and sat on that bench and then got in a huge argument with her because apparently we made her cry, even though she did that to herself because she gave a blowy at school and to my friend's boyfriend. So that all happened. She tried to fight me there. And I was just like, I'm 5'2", and I don't like getting physical. To be honest, my biggest pet peeve is hurting people, even if that's like mentally, physically, or whatever. I'm like not super mean, but I can be if I need to be or if I feel offended in any way, which anyone can vouch for that, and anyone is probably like that too. But I'm not mean if I don't need to be, you know? So that all happened. And then what blew me even more is I have this boy. Every girl has this boy. He is my first love and means the absolute like world to me. She got with him, made sure I knew she got with him. And it broke my heart into a million pieces that somebody could stoop down that low to even just think about doing that to somebody, because I would not do that to anyone personally. Even if you were my biggest enemy, I would not do that. And that hurt me really bad because that boy has my heart. It was this whole thing, and he made sure that I knew that she was with him and whatnot. She was posting his ad pics as her 11/11, and I don't have all the receipts because this happened a few years ago, and I got 2 new phones in those years, and I have what I have, but that's about it. This beef was just ongoing, like arguments over text, posts, all just through just 6 months. Posts like ew, Amber, ew, this, she does this, like, post all this, and I tried my absolute best to kind of just stay out of it. Like, I'll admit, I did antagonize it because I was pissed, I was upset, but I didn't blow it out to what it was like she did. Kept posting about me, I wouldn't say nothing. And then one day at school, like, she was walking past me or something, and she said a snarky ass comment, and I like flipped her off. I didn't say a word. Like, this is the one thing that I like did. Like, I didn't post, I didn't say nothing, like nothing. And I flicked her off, and I didn't even think for a minute that she saw it. And the deans at our school also knew this was going on. I didn't tell them personally. I did like once or twice because I got called down like 12 fucking times for this shit, and I didn't even feel threatened. Like, I just was just like, I don't give a fuck, you know. So then like it got to around my birthday, which is in April. I was throwing a birthday party. It was gonna be at my house. It was gonna be a kickback. Like, all my friends, anyone could come if they wanted to. I sent invites, whatnot. And then she tried to have the same kickback on the same night as my birthday party, so everyone could go to hers instead of mine, which everyone came to mine anyway. And it's irrelevant. Like, I don't hate her anymore. Like, everyone's grown. Like, we're all grown now. This is like, I thought this was freshman year. To be honest, yeah, I think this definitely was freshman year. Sorry for that, because this was at the end of freshman year, because last year I didn't get into nothing other than Nicole, but Nicole, I love you, bitch. Anyway, so this was freshman year, first year of high school, and it just got to so annoyed with this whole thing, and I kept getting harassed by her. And I was just so upset over this whole thing because, like, I have really high anxiety. A lot of people do. So, like, when everyone just hated me, I'm just like, huh, what did I do wrong? Like, you know. So then, like, she just kept harassing me and kept harassing me. Took my best friend and kept harassing me. And point where she would come up to me and start yelling at me.
Where?
You wanted to pull them up.
Because I can get them like that.
Okay.
But you have that in your phone, and that's child pornography, so I
me with mine. Who knows? Like I could have just deleted it just now.
You just fucking showed him. Like
5 minutes ago. Could have deleted it within that 5 minutes.
I think she's like literally retarded in her head. Like literally.
Come on.
Delete the video.
Okay.
Delete the picture.
Okay.
I want to see you fucking delete it.
I can delete it on my own time.
I wanna see you delete
You're not gonna force me to do something. You're not my mom. Like,
Really?
yeah. It's my phone. You shouldn't have posted something if you don't want people to see it.
Yeah, you see here.
There anymore.
Delete the fucking picture.
Okay.
Seriously, delete it.
I will.
Okay. Would you take yourself off?
At school, and like, you know how everyone is, they're like, ooh, like what the fuck's going on, ooh, even though like everyone knows, and everyone just has their phone out like recording, and I recorded it. Also, like, a bunch of my friends, I want to shout out a lot of people even though I can't say their names, like, you know who you are if you're watching. Like, thank you for getting me out of there, one, because I'm 5'2", I'm a little scared ass kid, but I have a loud ass mouth. And thank you for the people who got me out, and thank you for my life. Like, this girl's got me through so much. Like, thank you to literally my best friend who just yelled at her for me. Like, you didn't have to do that. I should have just stopped being a pussy and just said something, but I didn't, because I got picked up and like tossed, not actually, but like I got picked up and like carried to the other side of the foyer. If you know who you are. But then, like, it just was an ongoing thing. Like, if I was talking to somebody, she'd walk up. If I was outside, she'd magically be out there too. And it got to the point where I got jumped. I'ma just say it. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. People still like to bring it up. I'm not ashamed, but I did get jumped. And so how that day went out is, I like had tension. There was tension in the air. I knew something was about to come. And so I was just like, what the fuck is going on? So I went to lunch. I was about to go get food, and I was with my friends. And my mom knew this whole thing was happening too. Like, any time something would happen, I'd tell my mom about it, because like that's how close me and my mom are. And I like saw her. I was like, why is she in my lunch? But like, she didn't even really like, because people be ditching, and I didn't know she was just in my lunch to talk to her friends or whatnot. So I called my mom, and I was like, she's in my lunch for some reason. And my mom's just like, go sit in the dean's for your lunch period. Like, just go sit in there. So I'm walking. You'll see in the video. I'll post a little clip it, because it's kind of like sad. But I was walking to the dean's, and I didn't know that she was coming up behind me. Like, I think I had my headphones in. I can't tell if you see the video. But she, like, came up to me and came up behind me. So she wasn't, like, face-to-face, because if she was face-to-face, I probably would have said some shit. But she came up behind me, and she, like, jumped me and started punching me and shit. And I didn't fight back, because at my school, like, my mom always taught me, though, like, if somebody hits you first, hit them back. But I didn't hit. I just tried to get away, because at my school it's a fine for fighting back in self-defense. This is what my dean told me. And he said that since I didn't fight back, I got no, like, penalization for it, because I got jumped. You could see the video, I got jumped. And so my mom crazy as hell. My mom is very crazy. So after I walked my happy ass to the dean's, and shout out to the person that pulled her away from me, you know who you are too, and I just, like, was in the nurse, and honestly, it didn't even really hurt that bad. Like, she kept pulling my backpack, so I was just, like, going like this. I couldn't even, like, move, get around, punch back. Like, she was just pulling my backpack and then, like, punching my head. And like, somebody said that she broke my jaw. She never broke my jaw. I have never broken a single bone in my life. I had a little bruise right here. I ain't gonna lie, I had a little bruise right here, but nothing really hurt. I went to the deans. They took her to the deans too. The nurse was like, "Do you need ice?" And I was like, "No, like I'm fine." And my mom walked in here, and my mom was pissed. My mom was so mad. She was just like, "Okay, like you guys knew this was going to happen. Like, how come you didn't do anything to prevent it? We've been here several times because of this situation. Like, you guys should have prevented it. You should have done this. You should have done that." The deans were like, "Well, she hit her now, so we know what to do." And my mom's like, "Well, she shouldn't have to be hit for you to do anything about it." So my mom was mad. We drove. My mom was like, "We're getting a restraining order," because she was harassing me for like months, literally months. And my mom was like, "We're getting a restraining order. Like, I'm done with the harassment. I'm done with the bullying. I'm done with this, and this. I'm done with the contact, blah, blah, blah." Oh, I also left out a part. I did do something. So her and my friend were getting really drunk. And she like took a video, and it was like 2 a.m. and I was up for some reason. And I was watching the video, and she went like this with her phone, and you can see her no square. And I thought it was fucking hilarious, so I screen recorded it. I did do that. We got in a big argument with that, and I have the receipts for that. You'll see the argument. I'll show you. But it was this whole thing. I did do that. I ain't gonna lie. I did do that shit. Childish, but I did do that. And we just like got into it, and my mom, we got a restraining order, and we went to court for this multiple times. Sorry for the background noise. We went to court for this like multiple times, because the first time we went just to like get it. The second time she got served, and we had another court date. We came, me and my mom dressed up, but they like dressed in their pajamas, which is very like unprofessional. No shade, but like it's unprofessional. You're supposed to dress up nice for like court. Her mom started arguing with the judge, and so we got another court date, and another court date she didn't show up, so I got awarded the 2 or 3 year, I forgot, restraining order. They're like, and it kind of just like ended there. We're done. Like we like I said, like in the beginning, we aren't like hating. Like we don't hate each other anymore, but because we're grown now, like we're not like childs anymore. We talked like a little bit about it. She did take my best friend though. They moved to Arizona, but they're my friend and her. It's just this whole thing that's not my business to tell. But they're not like close anymore, and it's over with. But somebody showed me her YouTube video talking about it, and then she posted the fight in her YouTube video, and I did not respect that, so I thought I would just come out and like tell the story time, because it's not my, like, I don't want to be embarrassed like that, because I don't know why it's being brought up again. It's been like 2-3 years now, like it's been over with. And so yeah, if you're watching this, I don't hate you. I'm just stating my side of the story. You can go tell your truth on your story, but this is my perspective, my opinion. I'm not lying about nothing. This is just my experience with the whole thing. And I didn't like want to get a restraining order on you. I didn't know how this shit worked, but my mother did that, so sorry for that. But me and her are like, just like I said, we're not hating each other. We do speak once in a while, but she doesn't live here anymore, so it's over with. But like I said, it came to my attention. She posted something about it, so here's my story time from the situation. But thank you guys for listening to my story time. I love you guys unconditionally, even though, again, you bitches be disliking my shit. Even though my editing is on point. Future Amber, good job. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want more story times, I have a lot of crazy shit that's happened in my life. Please let me know. I love you guys so much. Bye.